What's great, everyone? We are back. It is Friday, the 17th of January, and we're back with another update on GBPJPY or the pound yen. Let's get straight into it. I ended up closing our positions. This top position here for, let's go back. Ended up closing it for closed around here. Where here was it? Right at the original level that we were speaking about, the 190.01 area, which we were looking for a break and a continuation below, which I do not believe will happen. Looks like we're going to end up staying in the range. This second position here, I went on M30. I saw them drive price lower. Let's bring this volume back. They drove price lower here. Nice volume. Came back up, broke above this high. Again, if you can't see that, cannot see that, go to the line chart. And you can see that they broke above this previous lower high point that made this lower low, and they broke above it. Okay. I then waited for a pullback to see if they were going to return further down, but you can see this bearish engulfing here had no volume, right? And when they get here, they stopped and made a higher low point. Okay. So I ended up getting out right around here as I saw the volume picking up here. Okay, so wasn't a big win. A 0.66 to 1 risk to reward. However, the first position was a 1.5 overall, basically a 2 to 1 between the two positions. Let's get rid of that. And we'll go back to the higher time frame. So you can see here that this level is extremely hard for it to break, and we may end up ping-ponging between the 198.72 to the 190.06, playing in that range until either the bulls or the bears decide which direction they want to take advantage of. Okay, so I will be looking for an upside play to the buy side. If the weekly candle ends up closing like this, I will go down to my daily and H4s and H1s and look for a buying position back up. Okay, that would obviously be next week, sometime next week. Not now. Just giving everyone a heads up on what I'm looking for now. Okay, so what I'd like to see here, let's get rid of this box. We know we're in a range. This is our major level here that we need broken if we are going to continue lower. Again, I'm waiting for the weekly to close in the next 5 hours to see a rejection candle here, rejecting these levels. Again, liquidity, you can see they swept it here at the 189.59, right below here. If you go to the daily, all right, anyone that was in the early buy from these levels have gotten swept out here, and then they swept them out again. Okay, this is an M strategy, so overall I do believe we will eventually go down in price. However, if we see any upside, I will take advantage of it. But let's go back to the H1, show you what I would like to see. We have this nice break here with volume, right? So we have this lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, broke this neckline. Let's get rid of this really quickly just to clean it up, and I'll put it back after. Okay, broke market structure here. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a pullback into these levels. Okay, we could play around here, and then I'm gonna look for a break back above this area. Now let's put this in a solid line, and this is what I'm gonna wait for a buying opportunity. Okay, I would most likely look for 2 entries. If I get a pullback and a rejection within these areas, I'll then look for a buying opportunity here, placing my stops just under here. As always, risking getting a 1 to 1.5, right? Obviously, I will break even and look to target those higher prices, because what is the market always seeking is liquidity. So what are we going to look for? We got liquidity here, here. This is the major swing that created this big push. So ideally, we're looking for this overall. And then this market structure point over here, this lower high. But these are minor lower high points that we would be looking for, right? These smaller ones are smaller ones, smaller liquidities. But the big money is up here All right, what you want to look for to make it easier is look on H4 and look at where the last high was. Okay, so we had this higher high, or lower high rather, that made this lower low, but regardless is a high point. Then we pulled back, gave us this last high point, and then made a lower low here. So this is the major lower high that liquidity is sitting at. So we could see it bounce from here all the way up here. If it can clear these levels and then consolidate above these levels, we can then see it target these next levels here. Okay, and then so on and so forth, attacking these highs, which is again the highs of this consolidation area here. Okay, but again, let the market show its hands. I am not going to force a trade. I'm going to wait for a trade. So once again, on the H1 time frame, I'm going to wait for this break, which we got above this market structure. We got a higher low point here. I'm going to wait for a pullback, preferably back into this area so people go short again, and then wait for a pullback, maybe possibly another higher low, maybe even somewhere around here. We get a higher low, I'll enter down here. However, I'd like to see a clearance of this level again, and then I'll get my second entry if it does break above with volume up here, stops wherever that higher low may be, and then target these same areas. Usually I'm going for a 1 to 1.5, right? But I always have my overall projections at these higher levels at the 192.86. But my first initial target, if it plays out this way, it'd be 191.39. And then this one is a 1.5 at 190.97. So first position, entry at 190.02, stops below this previous higher low at 189.38, targeting the 190.97 if it does play out like this. And again, if we get a nice clean entry with volume above the 190.41, I'm going to look to enter. Stops will be determined when the market decides it, and then we will then adjust the targets we were looking for. All right, but that's all I have for GBPJPY. We did get a nice run based off of these H4s from up here, we caught it. We got stopped out in this position. You can go back to the videos. Got stopped out here, re-entered right around here, caught this big massive move, caught another entry right from here straight down, and our last entry was down here around the 190s area for a short little scalp that didn't actually push below the level we were looking for. Once again, keeping these nice and short and sweet, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to boost this, share it with a fellow trader, and comment below if you have any other pairs or any questions you want me to answer. See you next time. Enjoy your weekend.